Unlocking the 3 levels of happiness, your guide to a joyful life. You know, we all want it, we crave it, we chase it, happiness. But, what if I told you that happiness isn't some grand prize at the end of a long, hard journey? What if it's about truly understanding the layers of joy, of passion, of purpose that reside within each of us? That's what we're going to explore together today. We're diving deep into the heart of happiness, uncovering its layers, and learning how to cultivate each one with intention. So buckle up, get ready to get real with yourselves, because this is a journey of self-discovery, a roadmap to a more joyful, more fulfilling life. Are you with me? Pleasure. Savoring the sweetness of life. Let's talk about pleasure. That feeling of pure, unadulterated joy, that delicious slice of chocolate cake, the warmth of the sun on your skin, the laughter shared with dear friends. These are the simple yet profound pleasures that add sweetness to our lives. They're the moments that make us say, ah, yes, this is the good stuff. Hedonic happiness. It's the joy of a hot bath at the end of a long day, the satisfaction of a really great meal, the comfort of curling up with a good book. It's those moments when we allow ourselves to simply be, to revel in the sensory delights of being alive. And you know what? It's okay to want those things. It's okay to seek them out. In fact, it's more than okay. It's essential. Denying ourselves pleasure can lead to feeling deprived and resentful. We're human after all, and experiencing joy is part of what makes us tick. But here's the thing about pleasure, my friends. It's a beautiful part of the happiness equation, but it's just one part. It's like that first bite of cake. Heavenly, for sure, but you wouldn't try to make a whole meal out of it, would you? If we rely too heavily on pleasure, chasing after the next dopamine hit, we can end up on a never-ending treadmill of seeking external validation. So how do we savor the sweetness of life without letting it become our sole source of happiness? It's about finding the balance, the sweet spot between indulgence and intention. Practice gratitude. Take a moment each day to appreciate the small wonders around you. Engage your senses. Really taste that food. Feel the softness of a loved one's hand. Listen to the wind rustling through the trees. Be present in the moment and let yourself truly experience the pleasure it holds. Limit overindulgence. Just like too much cake can make you feel sick, too much of a good thing can actually diminish the joy it brings. Enjoy those pleasures, but do so mindfully and in moderation. So go ahead, treat yourself to that delicious meal, book that trip, buy yourself those shoes. Because when we approach pleasure with this kind of mindfulness, it becomes less about fleeting gratification and more about savoring the richness of life itself. When we savor, we truly live. Passion, igniting the fire within. Now let's talk about passion, about those pursuits that light us up from the inside out. These are the activities that make our hearts race and our spirits soar. Passion is about more than just fleeting moments of joy. It's about deep engagement, about losing yourself in the flow of something you love. It's about finding that one thing that makes you feel truly alive. It's about that feeling of being so completely absorbed in something that time seems to melt away. Hours can pass in what feels like mere minutes. Think about a time you were so engrossed in an activity that you lost all track of time, when the world around you faded into the background. Maybe you were painting, writing, playing music, or designing something. Each stroke, each note, each word felt like an extension of your very being. Maybe you were in the zone during a sports game, completely immersed in the strategy and the movement. Every play, every move felt instinctual. Or maybe you were lost in conversation with a dear friend, feeling completely seen and understood. Those moments of connection are just as powerful. These, my friends, are glimpses of what it means to experience engaged happiness. It's about being present, fully immersed in the moment. It's that feeling of being in the zone, where challenge and skill intersect, and we're so absorbed in the present moment that all other thoughts fade away. It's a beautiful balance of effort and ease. Engaged happiness is about finding your flow, pursuing activities that ignite your curiosity and challenge you to grow. It's about pushing boundaries and discovering new facets of yourself. It's about tapping into your strengths and using them to create, to build, to explore. It's about making the most of your unique talents and abilities. When we tap into this level of happiness, work doesn't feel like work. It feels like an extension of who we are. It becomes a joyful expression of our true selves. It's no longer about chasing external rewards, but about the deep satisfaction of aligning our actions with our passions. It's about finding joy in the process, not just the outcome. But even with passion, even with those things that set our souls on fire, we have to be mindful. Balance is key, Because just like we can get burned out on pleasure, we can also burn out on passion if we're not careful. It's important to recognize our limits. If we pour all of our energy into our passions without taking time for rest, for renewal, for connection, we can end up feeling depleted and exhausted. Self-care is essential. So, how do we cultivate engaged happiness in a way that is both sustainable and fulfilling? It starts with self-awareness and intentionality. Start by identifying your strengths. What are you naturally good at? What brings you joy? What are you naturally drawn to? What sparks your curiosity and excitement? What activities make you feel energized and alive? These are clues to your passions. Once you know your strengths, look for ways to use them in your everyday life. Embrace challenges. Seek out opportunities that push you to grow. Growth and fulfillment come from pushing ourselves beyond our comfort zones. Seek out flow states. Find those moments where you lose yourself in the activity. Remember, passion isn't something that just happens to us. It's something we cultivate. It's a journey, not a destination. Purpose. Living a life of meaning and contribution. Now let's talk about the deepest level of happiness. The kind that resonates in the core of our being. Purpose. This isn't about fleeting pleasure or even the deep satisfaction of passion. It's about connecting to something bigger than ourselves, about aligning our actions with our values, and about making a meaningful contribution to the world. It's about finding a sense of fulfillment that transcends our individual desires. Purpose is about asking ourselves the big questions. Why am I here? What is my role in the grand scheme of things? What impact do I want to make? How can I use my skills and talents to benefit others? What legacy do I want to leave behind? How do I want to be remembered by future generations? It's about connecting to our values, our beliefs, and our deepest desires to make a difference. It's about living authentically and true to ourselves. Living a purposeful life is about recognizing that we are all interconnected, that our actions have ripple effects that extend far beyond ourselves. Every small act of kindness can create a wave of positive change. It's about using our unique gifts, talents, and experiences to contribute to something greater than ourselves. It's about finding joy in the act of giving. It's about finding that sweet spot where our passions intersect with the needs of the world, where our joy meets the world's hunger. It's about using our voices, our actions, and our influence to make a positive impact, to stand up for what we believe in. Now I know what you might be thinking. Living a life of purpose sounds great, but where do I even begin? How do I start this journey? Here's the thing. Purpose isn't something you find on a mountaintop or in a sudden epiphany. It's a journey, not a destination. It's something you cultivate through self-reflection, through action, and through connection. It's a continuous process of growth and discovery. Start by clarifying your values. What principles guide your life? What matters most to you? What brings you joy and fulfillment? What do you stand for? What causes are you passionate about? Once you know your values, you can start to align your actions with them. Find your why. What drives you? What gets you out of bed in the morning? What excites you? What are you passionate about? What breaks your heart? What do you feel compelled to change? Your why is the driving force behind your purpose. Cultivate relationships. Build a support network. We are social creatures, hardwired for connection. We thrive in communities. Meaningful relationships provide us with support, love, and a sense of belonging, all of which contribute to a deeper sense of purpose. Give back. Make a difference. One of the most powerful ways to find purpose is to give back to others, to serve and uplift those around us. Remember, living a purposeful life isn't about achieving some grand feat or becoming a superhero. It's about the small, everyday actions that collectively make a big difference. So there you have it, my friends, the 3 levels of happiness: pleasure, passion, and purpose. Like ingredients in a recipe, each one contributes to a rich and fulfilling life. But remember, balance is key. Enjoy the sweetness of life, but don't let it become your sole source of happiness. Pursue your passions with gusto, but don't forget to rest and recharge. And live a life of purpose, knowing that you have the power to make a difference in the world. Happiness, my friends, is not a destination, so go out there, embrace the journey, and create a life that is both meaningful and joyful.